Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you all to the Concurrent Session 3. This is Ms. Che. I'm a professor of Department of Financial Consumers, Seoul Digital University in Korea. I am delighted to have the opportunity to moderate this session regarding the issues in the insurance sector. There are two presentations in this session due to an error. So we have two speakers this session. The speakers are going to speak for about 25 minutes. There is a discussion after the presentation. The discussants are going to discuss for about 5 minutes. Our first speaker is Professor Manikowski, Poznan University in Poland, here to talk about innovations in motor insurance in Poland. Please welcome Professor Manikowski.
Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon. So in Poland now is morning. So I'm very happy to be here, to be able to join this conference. So I will share my screen and okay, wait a moment. Okay, I hope you can see my presentation. Once again, thank you for inviting me for this event, for this conference. I'm very happy that I can attend this this very nice conference. Unfortunately, virtually from my home, but this is, I believe, also okay. This article is prepared with my PhD student, with Konrad Owsiński. And we made some research about innovation and motor insurance in Poland. This is not the type of paper with econometric models. This is rather descriptive. This is some our findings based on our observation. What happened on insurance market in Poland. So first of all, some introduction, some basic information about Polish insurance market to give you a rough idea that we are not the big one market. So premium for the last year, written premium is about 64 billion zloty. That means about 16 billion US dollars. And it is distributed between life sector in 1/3 and 2/3 for the non-life sector. However, why we take care about motor insurance? Because it is the most important part of the Polish insurance market, as about 60% of non-life sector is motor insurance. Of course, two basic products: motor third-party liability insurance, over 1/3 of collected premium, and for auto casco, hull insurance, theft, damage insurance, whatever we use the name, is about 22%. Some other basic statistics for Poland. This is data for last year, of course. So penetration, so premium to GDP, is 2.68%, and again, more or less the same distribution between life and non-life sector. So that gives us about 48th place in the world and 21st in Europe. So that means we are still developing market, not so big. Quite similar situation in the ratio of density. It is in US dollars, so this is premium per capita. So this means about that each person in Poland spend about $419 for insurance per year. Again, much more in non-life sector than in life sector. And one more slide about some basic statistics, number of insurers. So there are two basic types of insurance in Poland, so joint stock companies and mutuals insurance societies. So the 24 in life sector, there are 24 joint stock companies and 3 mutuals. And in non-life sector, 25 joint stock companies as an insurance, 1 professional reinsurer, and at this moment 7 mutual societies. As very recently one of the society finished the process of the mutualization and became joint stock or just a joint stock company. So altogether there are about 60 insurer. However, we should remember that Poland is in the European Union, so there are also other possibilities for insurance services. So one possibility is branches of foreign entities. So as one of the basic rule of the European Union is the freedom of services. So based on this, there are regulation which helps not to establish full insurer in European country, however, just a branch. So we have 8 branches in life sector, 30 branches in non-life sector, plus 1 reinsurer branch. However, as I mentioned about freedom of services, it is also available in the European Economic Area. So this means European Union plus Switzerland, for example. This allowed cross-border activity. Cross-border activity means that each insurer who is licensed in any country of the European Economic Area can serve insurance services in each other country of the European Economic Area. So only with notification. So this insurer only have to inform or notify insurer supervision in country in which this company is going to sell insurance services, and this is only the only requirement. So based on this, there are over 800 notification both in life and non-life sector. So this is the starting point to show more or less Polish insurance market. Of course, one important issue is connected with transformation, because at the turn of 1980s and 1990s, several countries from former Soviet bloc changed from the central planning economy to market economy. So from 1990, we changed our way of thinking about insurance. Before 1990, in Poland operated just 2 insurer companies. Only 2. We can say something like duopoly or even monopoly, because they share market, because the one company, PZU, was responsible for whole domestic business, and the second insurance, Warta, deals only international business, like, and also marine insurance, aviation insurance. So there was almost no concurrence between these two companies. And after 1990s, it was allowed to establish new insurers in Poland. So we can say that the current market start to operate at the beginning of 1990s. So that's why we, based on our observation, we decide to make some findings to review and to evaluate the innovation on the Polish insurance market observed over last 20-30 years. So this is the time after transformation, or from the beginning of transformation till now, and to determine how they change the functioning of this sector. We put the special attention to the most important solution from the perspective of consumer protection. So when we are thinking about innovations, basically we think about something like which is called fintech or insurtech. First of all, fintech is the something joining selling financial products using technology. It starts on the general financial market. However, very soon also insurer introduce such a solutions, so we can buy insurance product via application, now a mobile phone or something like this. However, I'm not going to describe in detail this issue. I'm sure you are aware about this. However, this is our starting point, because this innovation or insurtech or other innovation requires some development of technology. So in alphabetical order, I put some quite important technology developments which are used nowadays by insurers. So artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, Internet of Things, telematics, and virtual reality. This is what is used very common. So again, I'm not going to describe in detail each of this technology. I think more or less everyone is aware about these issues. However, just I put this information on slide to be aware what we are talking about. And now let's move to the way of thinking, or changing a way of thinking of underwriters, because for many years the basic approach proposed by insurer, by underwriters, was product-based insurance or product-based approach. So insurer first of all was thinking about insurance product. So what they sell, so they want to create as good product as possible, however, without thinking about consumers' point of view. This was available on many insurance markets, as well as in Poland. The product should be very good for insurer, to of course the basic point is protect customer. However, insurer were not thinking about consumer in the way, if this product is really what insured needs. And we have to mention that insurer market is much more conservative than other financial markets, like bank sector, for example, where opening for clients was available much earlier. However, based on this experience of other financial market, insurer begins to change way of thinking, for consumer-based approach, for consumer-based insurance. So this is the key point to start thinking about insurance in a little different way. So not only thinking in the perspective that that our product is good, however, if it is good enough for consumers. And this was one of the very important innovation on the market, this changing of way of thinking from the insurer's perspective. So now let me show some basic innovation in motor insurance and in Poland what we observed, and a little bit later I will back to them in a little bit deeper way. So we found four basic groups of innovations. First of all, innovation in products. Of course, this is we are talking about motor insurance. So MPTL, it is very regulated insurance, or everything is regulated in the insurance. So changing the product, it is not changing the general terms of this product, as it is treated as a law regulated by the parliament. And so that's why we are not going to thinking in the way that any innovation is connected with changing in the law. No, this is the changing in the way of thinking by insurers. So, for example, one of the example of the innovations could be additional services like assistance, legal protection, direct claims settlement. I will mention in a few moments in detail about this approach, or international loss settlement. Because again, as we are in the UE, in the European Union, so cars cross border, we can use our national MPTL to travel all over, or almost all over the Europe. The second issue is connected with telematics for individuals and using usage-based insurance. This is quite, I would not say popular, but it's available in some countries as well, like in the US. So here are three examples of UBI. So pay as you drive. So this is connected with how many kilometers you made. Pay how you drive. So this is connected with the style of driving. So, for example, eco driving is here good or a good example of the way of thinking. So we also made some additional research between between premium and eco driving. However, here is the most important when we're talking about pay how you drive. If you, for example, you are driving slow or very fast, how you brake, how you accelerate. So application or black box in your car could make this information available for insurer, and based on this, premium could be proposed for the customer. And the third approach, manage how you drive. So we can, if we can gain some points for our style of driving, and we are aware if we get some number of points, so our premium could be lower. So based on we can modify our style of driving, and based on this, we can receive some discounts in motor insurers. However, we should remember that telematics at the first point was not used for individuals for modeling insurance premium. However, at the beginning and now also, it is used much more by fleets, by trucks, and owners can manage, for example, fuel consumption based on this. They can optimize routes for trucks, etc., etc. So we should be aware that fleets or even heavy fleets like trucks are more involved in telematics. However, it is not so popular in the insurance market like for individuals. And finally, also we have some examples of insurance on demand. So I'm not going to talk in detail deeper about this. However, a few years ago, one insurer proposed insurance on demand. So, for example, we can buy damage insurance or theft insurance for cars for not for a whole year, but just, for example, for short time, like a week, 2 weeks, or even 3 days. It was available. So, for example, if I travel for vacations, I could buy such a kind of insurance. This is not MPTL, however, this is about damage and theft insurance. So this is innovation in products. The second point is connected with underwriting. So using big data and pricing model. This is especially, as I mentioned, for underwriting, for insurance tariffs. So this is real from the perspective of insurance in the back office, what they do. So I'm not going to discuss in detail about this approach. I don't have time for this. The third part is connected with the distribution channels. So here, distribution channels means how insurance is sold. So usually insurance agents, insurance brokers. So this is the basic channels. However, what we observe as innovation, it is going for direct channels. In direct channels, I'm not going to think about that we go to the main office and we can buy. So it is, in former years it was available such approach, but now about direct channels we are thinking more about online insurance, or we can use call centers to buy insurance. So we have direct contact with insurer. However, it is like now virtual contact by phone or by application, and this is very important change in Poland. The first ever policy sell via call center. It was 2003. This is the first MPTL policy. Now this is quite popular sector or kind of distribution insurance services as well, but maybe not only call centers, but also internet or via different app applications. We can buy insurance. And the fourth group is connected with loss settlement, loss adjustment. So again, we can talk about direct claims settlement. We can talk about different applications, chatbots, even algorithm, robots, artificial intelligence. So this this way of loss adjustment, sometimes it is automatic. So we can use some insurer provide us some applications. We can make photos of our damaged car, and we can send these photos via application. And after a few hours, for example, or even immediately, we can receive information about estimation of costs and how big could be compensation if we just want to collect money. So this happens quite often, and also I would like to mention about anti-fraud models. So again, advanced application are used by insurer to find some fraud threats, some fraud dangerous. So earlier, usually based on the experience of people who were responsible for claims settlement, uh, sometimes they think that could be a fraud. However, now based on observation of different indexes, different parameters, artificial intelligence or some algorithm can help us and provide information. It is a threat of a fraud. So, okay, this is quite general, and now I would like to share with you information at least about one very important innovation from the perspective of the consumer, of the consumer protection, because it changed our market in claims settlement. So this is only available in MTPL insurance, direct claims settlement. This is also available in some other countries, in France, this is Italy, one of the best examples. So what does it mean, this direct claims settlement? So I will explain in a few moments. However, first some basic information about this. We started this 5 years ago under the aegis of the Polish insurance of Polish Chamber of Insurance. What is the key approach? This is voluntary basis. So both insurance and clients are not obliged to use this direct client settlement. This is voluntary basis. So only 8 insurers in Poland introduced this solutions. However, we can say this is 8 out of 20 few, because I think 22 insurers in Poland offer MTPL insurance. So this is as a number is about 1/3, something like this. However, they are responsible for almost 75% of premium. So based on the premium income, we can say this is the quite big share. And now let's compare traditional claim settlement, so without DCS, and in a few moments I will show you how it will work with this direct claim settlement. So normally when we have collisions, we have a victim, we have a guilty party. Of course, both of they are required by law to have MPTL insurance. And how the claim is settled. So I, as a victim, I can go to insurer of the guilty party. So based on the law rule, it is called actio directa, we can ask directly insurer of the negligent person, of the guilty party. However, in some legal system, we cannot directly to insurer. We have to, first of all, go to the guilty party, ask for the compensation, and they first receive or they have to pay and then receive compensation from insurer. However, it is a very, very rare situation. Normally, we can go to insurer of guilty party. However, we are not a client of this company. because guilty party is the client. The guilty party is connected with contract MPTL insurance with this insurer. We can say, a little bit stranger. We just want some money from that insurer. So we are not treated as good as client. Of course, we could be client of this company or potential client of this company. However, we ask for money. So this is why it is a problem observed that when we manage client which is not our client, is a stranger, so usually are some problems with paying compensation. They are usually too low. So this is the issue. So how is change situation when we use DCS? So we can, again, situation is similar. However, we as a victim don't go to the guilty party insurer. We can go to our insurer, of which we are client. We have contract, we have MPTL insurance bought in this company. So we can go to our company. They will make all settlement. They pay us compensation, and then insurer makes settlement between each other. So this is the change of thinking. We don't go to a strange company, other company. We can ask for compensation in our company. So this is very important innovation. Some conditional limitation of the DCS in Poland. So damages, four conditions, four basic conditions: damages involving cars only, damages in Poland, not exceeding 30,000 Polish zloty, so this is about 7,000 euros, and both vehicles have to be registered in Poland. Limitation, so when it is not allowed to use DCS, when there is a personal injury, more than two cars in collision, so value exceeds 30,000 zlotys, or the case goes to court. So in this situation, we cannot use DCS. So okay, I can see that my time is finished. So what is very important is, so just few sentences for the end. What is very important? DCS application, because now is the issue how we can settle payment of claims between insurer. So to avoid situation, and let's say big insurer could inflate claims. Why they could inflate? Because if they are aware that they not at the end they are not paying, but the other insurers paying, so they could inflate claims to make financial situation worse for the other companies. So they are not paying based on exact amount. However, we use some billing system in which recovery of full compensation is possible, but not always available. So that means that it could happen that I'm, as an insurer, paying more for compensation to client than I receive from the other insurer. By the end of 2018, about 136,000 claims were settled under the system. And now in 2020, it is over 200 situations, so it works. However, this deals with, we can say, small or moderate losses. I don't have time to discuss in detail how it is solved, this percentage, but we can say that based on some drawing system, insurer draws some percentage number. For example, 90% of the claim will be paid by the second one, insurer. So this is the tool to eliminate or reduce the problem of inflating claims. I wanted to share also information with about some additional innovations. Go to a little bit in details. However, I can see that I'm over. I see time, so I will skip the slide. Maybe if there will be time in the end of session, I can back to this. However, I would like at this moment to say about some challenges, especially as a conclusion, as challenges for the consumers and for the market. So nowadays, more and more things are available with internet. So applications, contact with insurance is reduced over some traditional way of thinking, like phones, direct contact, however, internet. But from the second hand, we should be aware about internet exclusion. Of course, we can say 60, 70, 80, or even 90% of people have access to internet or is able to use. However, not everyone. This is maybe I will show. Also, now we are living in the virtual life. We are using internet, and of course, I don't know, our universities, also schools work with internet. However, there's a small part of people who are not able to use it. So internet exclusion, knowledge and skills. So not everyone is very fluent to use this method, this internet and these applications. So they could feel excluded from the basic trend. Other challenges are electric and automatic cars, autonomic cars. We can also say, without drivers. So it is quite new approach for insurer, especially in terms of MPTL insurance, because it will be a problem. Who is responsible? Driver, as normally, owner of the car, or whatever. So this is also the problem. And COVID-19 coronavirus. We can observe in recent months change of thinking by insurance. So many things which earlier we have to go to insurer especially for connected with claims settlement, several things. Now we can do online. So we believe that several things which have to be done during recent months because of the situation will be will be used in the future as a quite normal thing, which was not available even half a year ago. So sorry for exceeding my time. I was not aware that that's time going so fast. And thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will be very happy to share with you with answers. So thank you very much.